everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Nancy and it's been a minute since we've had a speed build on my channel. So I'm bringing back not just a speed build but another Marvel inspired themed speed build. Now the first one I did was of the Wandavision house. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. But today we're going to do a Falcon and Winter Soldier inspired build. Now I don't know if you've seen this series yet, so apologies if I happen to drop any spoilers along the way. But basically this is the Louisiana family home that Sam Wilson, the new Captain America, lives in from time to time when he visits his sister and nephews. Now there's a scene where he's with Bucky practicing using his shield in like the woods around their house, and I thought it'd be quite cute to try and recreate that house. Now this is a fairly inspired look, this build. It's not going to be completely accurate. I have put my own spin on the interior and landscaping in particular, but the external is fairly close to what we see on screen, with the columns and the windows and the porch, etc. It's that kind of, it's kind of a classic aesthetic for Louisiana properties from like what I've seen online. Now, in terms of the inside, I just went with the rough storyline that we have in the series of, this is the house that his sister is currently living in. With her two sons, which was previously owned by their parents. So it feels a little bit kind of old and slightly run down in parts because there's a bit of the series where they talk about trying to get a loan to help rebuild the family boat and all these other things. So it seems to me like money is a bit of a challenge. So while aspects of the house may be a little bit updated and fresh, there are still some maybe piles of paperwork and things that they're working through, and other areas which the decor may seem a little bit more dated. That was kind of the story I was trying to put within the design, but we'll see that as we come closer to it. So in the layout, they've got obviously the bedrooms for the sister and her two boys who they're going to be sharing a room with bunk beds, and then I did a third bedroom for Sam, so maybe when he's coming to visit, that's his old bedroom, which is just now a little bit more mature and grown up. And now for dear old Bucky, I made a little corner for him in the second living room because there's a scene where he's napping on the couch and he spots the kids playing with the shield. And I thought, this could be cute that, whenever he fancies coming around for a little visit down to Louisiana, that's the little room where he stays in on his couch with the little nice throw blanket and his bag in the corner. Now, actually, can we talk for a moment about how pure the final scene of that series was? At that amazing cookout by the lake, it was such good vibes. It had all the soul food on the grill, there was music playing, Bucky coming through with his big Costco cake or wherever, some bakery that he got it from. Hugs and smiles all around. It was all kinds of good wholesomeness. I absolutely loved it. And it's definitely a far cry from, where it all began with the hot mess that's been happening with the Avengers and Thanos and the snap and lots of fighting and lots of scrapping. And even just with Bucky and himself. Now, I'm going to say this, it might be a bit of a controversial opinion, but I'm sorry, I never really cared much for Bucky in the earlier films. I know, maybe that's really uncool to say, but he caused so much aggro for the OG Cap, Steve Rogers. He just caused all kinds of problems. Winter Soldier, things were, going along fine, and then he popped up and then Cap was like, oh no, Bucky, oh it's Bucky, what am I gonna do? It's Bucky, leave him alone, I can't. Yeah, okay, I get it, he's your best mate from forever. You're trapped in a time that you're not familiar with, and he's the only connection to your past. I get it. I'm not insensitive. But it caused a lot of problems, and then a mega wedge between the Avengers. I mean, hello, Civil War. Cap was in a right state, and I don't blame him. But yes, I will admit, I do know Bucky was himself a victim. He was under my control. He never wanted to cause any harm to anyone. It was all, the evil Hydra or whoever else was managing him. I get that. And you know what, actually when he, moved over to Wakanda, had a little bit of a reset, found himself again as the White Wolf or whatever it was called, I was just like, all right, he's coming around now, he's shifting his demons, he's coming out the other end. But earlier in the series of Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well, another aspect where I was starting to proper warm to him. I mean, in I think it was in Civil War, no, in Infinity War, the actual No, I can't remember now. I think it was in Civil War, the absolute bants between him and Sam when they were fighting and always arguing. That was really funny. Like, Marvel does comic relief so well in their films. And another section earlier on in this series of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you know, you see Bucky with his therapist and he's struggling a little bit, and then you find out that he's hanging out with his best mate who's just some lovely older person at the bar, and it kind of like it hit me like Bucky is just like a lonely old man who's lost all these years of his life as a puppet, and he's just trying to start out again and be afresh, but he hasn't got his best mate Steve because he's off in another timeline slash on the moon. That's what everyone's saying in this reality. So I was just like, oh, Bucks, I understand, I get it now. Oh yeah, he definitely warmed. I definitely warmed to him in this series. That's quite heavy though, isn't it? When you really think about it, Bucky's been through the ringer undeservedly. Fell off that train in Captain America, and then it was, jeez Louise. Glad he's found his way back, though. We are happy to see that. We are rooting for him always. And so I hope, obviously, he's going to hang around for. If they do a second season, I hope there is. There seems to be scope for one with the way that it ended. And also, side note, can we all just agree that we're not on board with this discount brand Captain America? I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan. Sam Wilson, new Cap, absolutely. This other guy, he's got some issues in his own right. Like, I'm sorry, he just snapped this series and I wasn't feeling it. It just didn't hit the same way. He's not a Steve Rogers and he's not Sam Wilson, so I'm not here for it. Sorry, not sorry. But it seems like there's more to come from him as well by the way things ended, so let's see. But anyway, I've actually rambled on quite a bit, haven't I? Let's jump back into this build and the furnishing that I'm doing. So right now, I'm just working on the landscaping for the backyard. Now, obviously, in the series, they've just got this massive expanse of woods. And to be fair, it's looking fairly close to accurate with the lot that I picked. It's in Brindleton Bay. But I just thought I'd put a little cookout, a little barbecue area there with a fire pit, which is really nice. There's different chairs because I thought it'd be cool for sort of, you know, each person who's living there, they have their own chair. And there's even cute kids-themed ones for the young'uns as well. I also did the second living room, which I talked about, where Bucky's going to be sleeping in. Just put up all the wallpaper as well, so I'd start to get a vibe. And now just doing some of the landscaping and adding some little finishing touches, you know, just to make it look pretty. They've got the washing line, there's nice like shrubs, and then over here on this little back porch, which exits from the living room, you know, there's a little pots for gardening. And I even threw in, I don't know if it's this bit or later on, a little AC unit, because I just thought, you know, they're in the deep south, it's hella hot out there. Yeah, I just thought that'd be really, like, just a nice little touch. I say this a lot of times, like mostly to my friends when I'm talking about playing The Sims. I am living for all these clutter items. They just really add so much to builds. You know, you can really add like kind of a unique stamp for whatever kind of vibe you're going for, whatever kind of family that you want to include in the build. So like, and as well, I did specifically download the paranormal stuff pack for this as well, because I was like, it's such a Louisiana kind of like, you know, deep south kind of pack. Like, it would have been wrong to have not had elements of that pack included as well. So that's the couch with the throw that Bucky's napping on, and I put a little duffel bag, you know, with some dollar notes in it just because I thought that'd be a nice little touch. And there's the suitcase pile as well because he's staying over for a time. And so now in this living room is, you know, use that cluttered desk because just think they're rifling through, you know, some old storage, some old books and files from the parents that, you know, the sister's been rifling through, just trying to organise and set straight. And a bit more of old school style furnishings. I've got little degrees on the wall, maybe from Sam when he was in the military, and if she's got any kind of qualifications, that's on there. And then an old trunk just for, you know, just that lived in kind of antique, you know, there's a lot of items that have been passed down, you know, that kind of rich history, elements of like rich familial history I wanted included inside the build. When I get onto the kitchen next, I had an idea. You'll see there's a little bit of a bump out from at the edge of the house, and so what I imagined was the original house was probably just a straight square, and then the family were like, actually let's build an extension. The kitchen's just a little bit too small, so there's a little archway, and they've just extended that really. So there's going to be some laundry in there, and the actual cooking area and the fridge, and then the rest of the kitchen spaces, you know, the dining and then the sink and just the other kind of amenities. Just a nice little touch of, you know, adding some like extra kind of backstory to the decor and the build. When we come to the upstairs, as I said before, it's a 3 bedroom. So you've got the master bedroom for the mum or Sam's sister. And I just wanted to again use some of the paranormal packs. So I've used the new wallpaper in yellow. There's a lovely little painting of Gigi over a fake fireplace. It's kind of like, I saw it as like her sanctuary. Once she took ownership of the house, she was like, my room is going to be hella nice. I need somewhere to relax and unwind after all the drama of stressing about what location my brother's flying next to with all these superheroes causing like mayhem. And you know, she's got 2 kids that she's stressing about. She just needs that space. So it's quite like a cute little retreat for her, and it's an ensuite simply because, you know, playing family homes in The Sims, if you wanted to download this house, you just need 2 bathrooms. For households with more than 4 Sims, you need 2 bathrooms or at least 2 toilets and 1 large bathroom, because it's such a mare trying to organize everybody's lives. Like, I love family gameplay. That's mostly what I do. Create different kinds of families. And yeah, we're not having queues in the morning for the shower and the toilet before school and work. That's not happening. We run a tight ship in my gameplay. So I took that into account. So there is a large family bathroom, but she does have her own ensuite. Then the boys' room, it's very much they're kind of reaching that tween age. I think there's one who's probably about, maybe, I'm getting the vibes about maybe 13 or 12, and then the other one's probably like 10 or 9. So they're still like young children, but they are sort of creeping up, and then they're going to mature a little bit. So I wanted the room to kind of edge closer to teenage rather than kind of young children. So they've got like a gaming setup. There's some clutter items, lots of posters, and I tried something slightly different with the wardrobe. It's sort of like built-in wardrobe style. This was before the new Dream Decorator, is it called? The new Dream Decorator kit came out. So obviously now, I mean, I could have done so much more with hanging up all these cool customizable clothes and shoes, which, you know, if you downloaded this, you can do. You can jazz it up. The bathroom, not much to say really. It's a bathroom. Again, I made it a bit more lived in. So by the clothes hamper, there's a pile of clothes, and this one I wanted to feel a bit more kind of, the bathroom wanted to be a bit more dated. So it's not the most modern furnishings. It's got a nice freestanding bath. And I used some cute bamboo shutters. So imagine, like, 'cause obviously Sam's been traveling around the world with his job. He probably brings back nice random bits and pieces for his family, and so he's just like, oh, they'll be cute in the bathroom. Like, my sister will like that sound. So I did that. And then his bedroom, that's actually on the gallery as well. I uploaded that as a room build. It's very military and slightly top secret. I was kind of going for if he ever wanted to visit, but he still had strict Avengers business to take care of. You know, he's got, you know, a little map in his desk space where he can check the score on what's happening. There's a cabinet where he can keep all his medals for bravery and whatever else from his career in the military. I put pictures of some jets flying through the sky, because obviously he was the Falcon, still is technically, he's like Falcon America. So yeah, obviously probably got a passion for flying, so that's included there as well. And that's the gist of the build really. This tends to happen when I did my Wandavision build, as I was just like, I've ran out of things to say now. It's been nice talking to you guys. Don't want to milk it though and start filling the video with dead chat. Or maybe I've just been saying stuff you don't really care about already. I don't know. That's for you to decide, but I'm hoping you're enjoying it anyway. And as always, like the last time, I'm just going to throw in a bit of royalty-free... Let's talk again, shall we? I'm going to throw in some royalty-free music, so feel free to bob along to that while the rest of the build ends, and then I'll put up some pictures. And yeah, if you want to download it from the gallery, I'll put the name of the build below. My ID is Nancy101. So yes, thank you very much for watching this video. Sorry if I've offended you with my Marvel opinions on certain characters. But I'm Team Bucky now. If your team, whatever this fake Captain America guy is called, is it John or something? I don't know. Whatever his name is. Apologies if you're a fan of him. Each to their own. No judgment here. Don't hate on me because of who I like and dislike. I won't hate on you for who you like and dislike. It's all good vibes. It is all good fun. We're just playing games and enjoying stories because there's a lot happening in life and we just need a nice bit of escapism. So on that note, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of this video. I'll catch you soon. Or like, subscribe, comment if you want, all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks very much for your time and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.